Hello student, good morning. Today we will start the new life cycle, that is Ancylostoma duodenal. Ancylostoma duodenal, that is the nematode parasite of man. No group of the nematodes causes more injury to man or greater economic loss through attacks on his domestic animals than the members of the order Strongyloidea, the great majority of which are parasites of mammals. Many are bloodsuckers and cause severe injury to their host by loss of blood sucked by them or wasted from hemorrhages. The result is anemia. Means anemia also causing air or ankylostomiasis. This is caused by Ancylostoma duodenal. Classification, systematic position or classification. Phylum Achehelminthes, class Nematoda, order Strongyloidea, genus Ancylostoma. Distribution, human hookworm is endemic in warm, wet climates. Endemic in warm and wet climates, but each species has some limitation on its distribution. Ancylostoma duodenal is the common hookworm of man in tropical, subtropical and temperate regions of Asia, Africa, Pacific Islands and the South America. The other important human hookworm is Necator americanus, more common in the United States. Some other species of the Ancylostoma, namely a caninum and a brasiliensis, both in dogs and cats, and a mallanum in bear are also common. Habits and habitats. A duodenale is the principal hookworm that infects human following early morning. They are found in the small intestine lumen. Hookworm sometimes mature in abnormal host, and host other than man can be infected with human hookworm. Morphology of Ancylostoma duodenal. The name hookworm is rather misleading because there is absence of hooks. The anterior hook-like band probably is responsible for the common name hookworm. The anterior hook-like band probably is responsible for the common name is hookworm. Shape and size. The sexes are separate. It is a cylindrical worm and whitish or grey in color. The females are longer than males, measuring 10 to 13 millimeter in length and 0.6 millimeter in width. The males measures 8 to 11 millimeter in length and 0.45 millimeter in width. This is the male and female Ancylostoma duodenal. At the anterior side, mouth, excretory pore, cervical gland also. In male, cephalic gland, testes, vas deferens, seminal vesicles are present, ejaculatory duct, semen gland and copulatory spicules, cloacal opening and copulatory bursa in male. In female, At the anterior side, mouth, nerve ring, esophagus, cervical gland, cephalic gland, uterus, midgut, vagina, genital opening, uterus, ovary, proctodium, and at the posterior side, anus. All these organs in the females. This is the dioecious or unisexual. Both the male and female nematodes are the separated. In other animals, parasites, that is the cystodes, that is the hermaphrodite in nature, cystode and nematodes. Both the reproductive system present in the same individual or same parasite. Buccal capsule. At the anterior side, buccal capsule also present. The anterior end of male and female is similar, somewhat narrower and curved dorsally. It bears a large cup-shaped buccal capsule for attachment to the intestinal wall. The buccal capsule has two chitinous plates bearing teeth. The teeth make a tiny cut in the intestinal wall of the host, and hookworm sucks blood by the sucking action of the pharynx. Buccal capsule, ventrolateral plate with two teeth, lanceolate duct of cephalic glands, dorsal plate with one tooth, pharynx, esophagus, that is the ancylostoma buccal capsule. Copulatory bursa. The posterior end of female is somewhat taper, bluntly rounded in the form of a cone, terminates into the minute spines. The posterior end of male is somewhat taper, bluntly and rounded in the form of the cone and terminate into the minute, that is the copulatory bursa. The posterior end of female is somewhat taper, bluntly rounded in the form of cone and terminates into a minute spines. In male, the posterior end of male is broad and with a umbrella-like structure called bursa. The bursa is supported by the fleshy bursal rays of definite arrangement musculature. The somatic muscular muscles consist of a single layer of cells underlying a hypodermis and arranged into the four longitudinal groups. These four groups are interrupted by four longitudinal quadrilateral cords located on the dorsoventral and lateral axis. Because muscle cells are limited to two in each sectioned quadrant, the worm are called meromyrial. The almost complete lack of transverse muscle cells. Transverse muscle cell. Digestive system. The alimentary canal is a straight tube comprising mouth, buccal capsule, pharynx, intestine, rectum, and anus. The pharynx has triradiated lumen lined with interned cuticle and wall composed of strong radiating muscle fibers. Extends posteriorly from the buccal capsule. About 1/6 body length the posterior region of the pharynx is slightly dilated and embedded in its wall are three pharyngeal glands. One is median dorsal posterior dorsal in position and a pair of located subventrally. These glands open into the pharynx near the nerve ring, and intestine begins immediately behind the triradial radiate pharyngeal wall and proceeds as a straight tube to a short rectum. It is composed of a single layer of columnar in the intestine. The blood of host and other tissue are the digested. This is the morphology of ancylostoma duodenal. Remaining part we will be continue in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.